So, you want to know which one is the best leader and which one is the worst? You have come to the right place. Let's talk about every leader in DC Dual Force. We are doing season number 2. We are gonna be doing this ranking in this order right here. You can jump to any point in the video if you don't want to do it all the way through. But let's start. Aquaman. Aquaman is one of the best leaders in the moment. He's featured in one of the best decks in the moment, Batman Aquaman. He can go well with many other leaders. He's featured in Monomite decks. And Aquaman Ivy. He is a versatile leader in a way that he will be creating sea creatures that are strong, situational. There is that randomness to every activation. He gets pumped by Steve Trevor so he can be faster with his activations. And yeah, pretty solid. Alongside that sea creature, he gets a 3 attack on that turn that can be buffed by one of his sea creatures in the Seahorse and by one of the recruits, Wonder Woman. So he's extremely good, extremely strong. It's a strong choice if you want to build a deck around it. Batgirl. Batgirl, I would place her in the C category. Uh, she has a lot of potential coming to the future because every single new card that comes with deploy might be busted with Batgirl, so we have to be looking for that. But the meantime, with the card pool being so low, not not that many cards, we have a Batgirl that's trying to figure stuff out. Yes, she has a strong deck in the moment with Joker, Batgirl, but that's it. There's nothing more to it. She is extremely situational. If you don't draw the right cards, she will be subpar, and that's because the card pool is low at the moment. Batman, for sure, the S tier category was made for Batman in DC Dual Force. He is featured in several strong decks in the moment, and when we finish this ranking, you will see why he's the strongest. It's because he's paired with every single other faction, and no other leader has done that. So the best deck are Batman Shazam, Batman Aquaman, Batman Ivy, and the only faction that he doesn't work well with is Anarchy. But even then, you can build a Batman Doomsday or Batman Harley Quinn and have success with it. So he's extremely versatile with his gadgets. He has answers for everything all the time. Uh, Two charges activation, extremely strong. You can't go wrong by building a deck around Batman. Even if you go mono tactics, he's the one that you'll be pairing with the other leaders in the faction. It's extremely rare that you see a deck that is tactics, like mono tactics, and it's not Batman something, Batman Green Arrow, Batman Cyborg, Batman Batgirl. Yeah, that's it. And that's the top. Let's go to the bottom. Black Adam. Sorry, man. I love Black Adam. I love what he can do. Sorry, but in the moment, he's the worst, one of the worst leaders in the game right now. It takes too long to charge him, so he gets active, and it's a race. Your opponent is racing your Black Adam because if he activates, yeah, he's powerful, and he's gonna bring trouble to the place. But yeah, it takes too long. We don't have bronzes. We have a few silvers. The best deck that he can be put in is with Aquaman because the sea creatures that it generates can be 5 points of power or more. So that speeds the things up. And with the latest Halloween pack, it got a little bit better because of All Hallows Eve. But yeah, he's in a rough spot in the moment, and I think it's one of those leaders that need a buff from the dev team. Batman Who Laughs, the newest leader added to the game, and I think it's only C category, and mostly, not mostly, one of the main reasons that he's C tier is because one card counters basically his activation in the Appetite for Conquest. Appetite for Conquest almost nullifies his activation. It's a 3 activation that gives you have to build a deck around it. It feels like we are missing cards for a deck with him to be good. Different installments of the deck exist with Wonder Woman and Aquaman, mainly with Might. And yeah, he's in a rough spot in the moment. Cyborg, I would put him on C tier as well. He's extremely situational. You have to build the deck around him. He's the finisher of the deck, much like Black Adam, and he also has an activation that takes way too long. But when you get there, it's extremely powerful. So you have to build a control deck, and that limits the leaders that you can pair with him, the cards that you can place on his deck list. So he's coming short. Right now we don't have enough cards to support the control archetype in Tactics with drawing cards. It's way too specific in the moment, and that's why he's in the C tier. Doomsday, man, A tier, almost S tier. Doomsday has 4 charge activation, but he can cheat. If a leader gets destroyed, he gets 2 charges immediately. So it's a 4 charges that can be 2. On the first silver, you're destroying a leader, and he gets pumped to 4, and you activate instant damage to the remaining leader. It's extremely powerful. It brings extreme pressure to any game that is on board, even if the opposing deck is weak. Doomsday alone can bring a lot of pressure to the opponent. So yeah, he's an A tier, even though he only exists in one deck, that being Flash Doomsday. And that's why he's A tier. If he was present with more variety of decks like Batman does, Batman goes with several other factions, Doomsday only goes with Flash, and that's why he's A tier but almost S tier. And yeah, he's awesome. Green Arrow, my favorite leader, but unfortunately he's an C tier. Afterwards I'm gonna be tweaking the tier list so everything is like I think it is. But for now I'm gonna be placing almost randomly among the tiers that I'm judging here. Green Arrow, it's a awesome control card, leader I mean, and he can put enough control elements to the game that the games will take forever. He's the best leader at delaying the game, but it missed there. Since you have to spend the resource to cast his arrows, it's extremely difficult to put him on a position that you have something on board to take the game over. He controls the games, but you don't get the time to play your finishers and to take control in a way that you develop your board. Yes, you can do it, but it's extremely hard. And for now, he's on C tier. Hal Jordan, I think it's a B tier leader. He's a little bit better than those, but because of the latest additions to the Green Lanterns, especially the latest one, the one that gives flurry to Green Lantern in your hand and to himself, that brings a lot more pressure to the opponent, and the little buff that the Hal Jordan recruit got as well, that was relevant. And yeah, it's a deck that can build pressure with its specific draws. It's a hard deck to pilot, but extremely fun to play with. At least I think it is. And it pairs well with Green Arrow. For me, at least, it's my best deck that goes Green Arrow because I like Green Arrow. Is Green Arrow with Hal Jordan and Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is one of those C tier leaders. Her ability doesn't do anything until almost gold resource, and before that she just activates for 3 damage, and it doesn't feel good enough when compared to the other leaders. She doesn't have that impact on the board. When she's drawing new cards, yeah, you are playing 2 cards a turn, and that's what she's good for, but it takes too long for you to get there. And if you build a discard deck exclusively, it's not gonna be good. I have tried it many times and it doesn't work. Unfortunately, it's a team that I enjoy, but it doesn't work for now. Lex. Lex is a B tier leader that is extremely powerful, but usually players play him suboptimally. You put him in the deck to draw you cards and not to destroy the enemy. Of course, you can destroy something in the other side, but that less resource. When Lex is activating to destroy the opponent's card, it's usually game over. You are choosing Lex to draw you cards, and so you have to build a deck around that. Right now, what you do is with Shazam, and you want to draw boats. So right now that's the deck, and you can pair him with Cyborg for instance. But then you're gonna have 2 leaders that does nothing forever for 4 charges. So yeah, he's in a weird spot that he has a lot of potential, and he can be very powerful. But at the same time, people are not playing him correctly for the most part. But for now, I'm gonna place him on the B tier, even though he's as present in the meta right now as those in the C tier. His power level for sure is greater than any leaders in the C tier category. Poison Ivy, I'm gonna place her as well in the B tier, and come to think about it, maybe Lex is in C tier. Let's finish and see where Lex goes. Maybe last in B or first in C, one of the 2. Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy is the best leader for sure in Tyranny, and that's the problem with the Tyranny leaders. As you guys can see, they are BT or lower, and they are not protagonists in their decks. Well, Black Adam tries to be, but he doesn't get to be that. Poison Ivy is the highest Tyranny leader because she can assist. Well, the cards in Tyranny are good, but the leaders are lackluster for now. And Ivy gets to activate with 2 charges and put a 3/3 body on the field that gets bigger with Appetite for Conquest, that clutters the board if you pair it with Aquaman. It's an interesting leader, and you have the Recruit that draws you a card if you have a Poison Ivy, so that's a good thing to pair with Batman for the control deck of the meta game. That's Batman Poison Ivy. So she's well placed because of that, because she's the choice of other good leaders like Aquaman, Batman, to go with Shazam that we are going to be talking right now. So Shazam for sure, it's an AT leader, even though he doesn't go in many different decks. Right now he's being played with Lex and with Batman mostly. He was in beta with Green Arrow, but he's having the most success with Batman. In my opinion, the best deck in the moment is the Batman Shazam deck, and that's because of boats for sure, but he hit him for 6, it's a lot, and when paired with Batman that has Bat Cycle that can speed things up for his activation, that's pretty solid as well. And Tactics has a lot of drawing cards, so it helps Shazam to get hit the bolts that he creates. Superman, yeah, for sure not, but for me he is the worst leader in the game right now. Even though a lot of people like him because he's so iconic, he unfortunately is extremely bad. For you to build around him, it would be usually with the shield package recruits, and that doesn't work very well. It's extremely clunky, and for sure, any deck in this game can win, and that's why DC Dual Force is such a cool game. You can build a Black Adam Superman deck, and you can win games with it, like 40% win rate with the two worst leaders in the game paired together. But yeah, if you want to have good win rate, Superman and Black Adam is not your choice. They Superman activates only once every 3 turns, and it's not too impactful on board, and he only shines if you can keep Lois Lane alive. Other than that, it's extremely lackluster when compared to the other leaders in this book. Flash, it's a B tier leader. For the same reason Doomsday is A. Flash has a lot of potential, but he only has one home and one home alone. That's Doomsday's Flash. There's one player that plays Flash with Aquaman with great success. Mr. Frusco is a streamer, you can check his channel out. He's an awesome player and he makes it work. Aquaman the Flash, it is a difficult deck to pilot. I watch his stream a lot and I would misplay a lot compared to what he does and the success that he has with the deck. But be warned, the deck is very hard to pilot, but yes, it does work, Aquaman Flash. But for the general public, me included, Flash only works with Doomsday. And that's why he's B tier and not A tier. He's not featured in many decks. He can go with many combinations, but he's a strong leader that impacts the board greatly. Every 2 turns, he's hitting a lot of stuff, sometimes with great power, with Power Surge. So yeah, he's extremely strong. Joker, I will place him in the B tier. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will place him on the A tier. He might be A tier, but I guess it's the leader that I least enjoy facing. So that's why maybe I'm biased on putting him on the B tier category. He's extremely impactful on board. He's extremely strong, but extremely situational and extremely random. Even though I'm pretty random, the randomness in this guy is way too high for me. And you have to have a specific draw to make him work with Parasite Punchline, for instance, or with another unit with 2 units with firepower like Punchline and Onomatopoeia. And yeah, if he was a little bit more consistent, he would be A or even S tier. But right now, I would place him in the B category in front of Flash for sure. Almost A tier, maybe A tier. Wonder Woman CT category. She's not very impactful. Before the nerf, she was busted. She was S tier together with Batman, even higher, like S plus tier. But the way she is now, she's an C tier. She's strong still. She can impact the game, but she's in C tier. That's ahead of those guys. She can impact the game a lot, and every 2 turns or with Steve Trevor even faster, she's hitting the board and pumping your units, and +1/+1 in this game is extremely strong. It can turn the tides of battles for sure. Zatanna, I would place her in the BT category, and she's versatile. People are figuring her out still because She's so versatile that people haven't figured out her full potential, and they are trying just now uh, every combination that's possible with her. And it's amazing what you can do with her, because you can go the control route and make a Zatanna and Ivy deck that is extremely powerful, one of the best in the meta right now. Or you can go Zatanna Flash for a mono energy that's aggro. You can do a lot of stuff, and we are just figuring out where Zatanna fits in the environment of mashing leaders. But for sure, her best deck in the moment is with Poison Ivy, and going with a control deck with the new addition to Morgane and the spells with Giovanni and things like that. Well, that's my tier list. I'm gonna just reposition some things. Let me see. Yeah, it feels for me, it's this is better than those two for sure. And yeah, this feels right. So you can see a little bit of the problem with the game right now, that 3 tactics leaders are in the C tier and 1 is in the S tier, and it shows that something has to be done to alleviate that. And the energy leaders are B tier or better, and the tyranny leaders are the worst leaders in the game right now. I hope that the next leader is a good tyranny leader. But now I would like to finish this video inviting other content creators to make their own tier list, because I would be thrilled to listen to from other content creators about their thoughts on the leaders, Spacely, Frusco, Raging Panda, Life Changing Video Games, Flinton, Combat Panda, Lord Swamp. Please, everyone, if I haven't mentioned your name, like Edcast, I know you're gonna be pissed that I haven't said your name. Please make your tier list and let me know which leader is the best one for you. Those are mine. Hope you have enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and drop a comment down below so we can discuss a little bit more about my tier list. Bye bye, see you guys the next time.